awesome. Yeah!
This video is sponsored by photographyacademy.com. We explore, create, and inspire. We are on an epic expedition to get some grizzly bear photos in a very remote little corner of British Columbia. So there is one place in British Columbia that reportedly has the highest concentration of grizzly bears out of anywhere in the rest of the province of British Columbia, and we are headed there in this boat right now. So it's actually a really epic journey. We're going to be traveling just over 250 miles, which is 404 kilometers. We're leaving from the big city of Vancouver and going up the coast of British Columbia to a location that is only accessible by boat. There's no road access. And we're going to be heading up an estuary where a river drains into the ocean, and that's where the grizzly bears apparently hang out, and we hope to get some awesome photos.
The seas are a lot rougher than we wanted. It was supposed to be light wind, but it seems like it's at least a 15-knot wind. And we've just left Canadian waters. We're now in the USA. There's a weird border thing here where we have to go into the USA and then we'll go back into Canadian waters once we round that point of land there.
The awesome thing about photography is that we need to explore and discover. And this is what pushes us to leave the comfort of home and to push on and find a new place that we've never been to before. By the end of the first day, we had been traveling for over 6 hours, and we had to take the boat through the first of 3 rapids. These rapids are caused by a tidal change, and if you time it right, then there won't be any rapids, but we didn't have that luxury, so we had to take our boat like it was going upstream in a river.
So it's definitely a little bit scary because it's throwing the boat around. Whoa, it's pushing us left and right. Here's a whirlpool right here. There's driftwood caught in the whirlpool. There's so many whirlpools over on the right. I gotta say, that was actually really, it was exciting, but it was also kind of freaky. I can't believe we made it.
We tied up at the dock for the night and slept in the boat, and the next morning we were on our way for day 2. It's day 2 and it's 5:30 in the morning, and we're about to negotiate the next 2 sets of rapids, but we have clear skies, we have calm flat water, which is just the way that we like it, and we're about to hit it. We just started to see the sun rising up on these mountains straight ahead. Had to stop the boat and grab some quick shots. There's a full moon right over top of the mountain with cloud above, and it just looks gorgeous. If you are watching this video on YouTube and you want to explore, create, and inspire, and if you love adventure, then please click the subscribe button right now. We just arrived at the second stop on this trip. We'll spend the day here, and then day 3 tomorrow we'll take the last leg of the trip to get to the place where we hope to find the grizzly bears. So this is the last opportunity to buy anything, especially gas for the boat, and tomorrow the photography begins. Come here, Sadie. Come here. Come here. Hi. Hi. You are the most friendly dog I've ever seen in my life. Hi. The funniest thing just happened. Leah and I were just sitting right here on this bench, and we looked up and there was a really big black bear walking down the ramp that's right behind me, and then it started walking towards us. So we just jumped up and started walking quickly back down the ramp that way, and then he turned around and walked into the bush. So that was kind of exciting, but maybe that's going to be the only bear that we even see on this trip, because we just got some really bad news. The bad news is that other people who have gone to our final destination 47 kilometers away from here are reporting that they did not see any bears. So this is so disappointing. And the second disappointing thing is that it's going to be pouring rain for the next 3 days straight when we arrive there, and really cold. So I'm not happy about it, but we press on nonetheless. If you want to see new oceans, you have to have the courage to lose sight of the shore. With the bad news about the rain coming, we decided to leave immediately to the estuary. But first we needed to inflate the small boat, because that's the only way to get into the shallow water where the bear photography can happen. This is a 12.5-foot long inflatable boat. There are 3 air chambers, and then also an inflatable keel, and then an aluminum floor. And it's never easy to inflate this boat. The boat is inflated, it looks awesome, but now the difficult part is to muscle this thing onto the back of the big boat. And this I have not done before. This is going to be a real challenge. Jamming up against the downrigger. And lift. A little more push, lift. Come on. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Solid.
We're leaving now to make it to the estuary. Really hoping this is going to work out.
From this point on, we would be completely on our own and off the grid. The only way that we could communicate with the outside world was through a Garmin InReach unit that can send a text message by satellite. Incredibly, we made it! Really exciting to finally get here, 404 kilometers later, done over 2 days. So half the battle is over. Now the other half of the battle is, are there really grizzly bears here? So we're going to unload this inflatable boat and get out there and wait for the low tide, because the bears come out at the low tide on the mudflats. So time to get to work and get that boat unloaded. Touchdown! First pull. Let's hope that's a sign. With the inflatable boat in the water, we were ready to start looking for grizzly bears. But the low tide wasn't until 9:30 p.m. that night. So in the meantime, it's time to make dinner.
So we're having a freshly caught halibut tonight, and I'm going to turn that down a tiny bit more. Now I'm going to cover it. I've already put lots of lemon, salt and pepper in butter. Here we are with the result of the halibut that is now finished to eat, and I'll just squeeze a little bit more lemon on it. And here we go, salad with a bit of pasta.
Voila!
Voila!
With the 9:30 p.m. low tide quickly approaching, we were finally out in the inflatable boat with our camera gear, with the great hope of finding some grizzly bears to photograph. So no bears yet, but some beautiful landscapes. Absolutely gorgeous. And after all, I'm a landscaper first.
I'm seeing a bear, and it's walking very slowly.
I just heard it.
And
I just heard it snort.
I see 2 big bears. It's straight ahead of where I'm looking.
Okay.
And it's multicolored fur.
Is it in the sun?
It's in the sun, straight ahead.
Okay, I gotta get the zoom lens going here.
All of a sudden, one disappeared behind the grass. Beautiful, definitely grizzly. You got to see if you can catch that.
This place is absolutely teeming with wildlife. We've seen 3 grizzly bears, we saw a deer on the shore, and a billion different kinds of birds. The thing that makes it difficult for photography is that the water is so shallow where we are. We're in a mud flat, and so we were in 12 inches of water, and then it goes to 4 inches of water, and then the boat sort of gets grounded. So it just makes the photography challenging. We're too far away for a good photo, so we're working on it. We confirmed that there were grizzly bears in the estuary, but they were just too far away for photography. And with the wind coming up, we needed to get back to the boat, but we had no idea what was going to happen over the next couple of days. Do you want to see what happened next? Make sure you watch part 2 of this adventure.
Leah, I can see 3 bears on the beach. It's a mother and 2 cubs.
This is the roughest water that we've had as we leave the inland. Now we're going right into the wind, and it is nasty.